Well, let me tell you something, brother. Welcome to the Real Weird Sickos podcast. I am not the meme bro, your meme buddy, your meme best friend, or memento. I am the meme bastard Charles Kahn himself, the host of your lovely show. Hi there, everybody. Hi, guys. It's me, Charles. Hi, how are you? Hello. With me, as always, is the very lovely... Today, you're very lovely, Jenna. Very lovely, Jenna. Dogens, how are you?
What's memento? You've been saying that.
Memento.
Memento.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Memento.
All right.
It's not a quilted quicker, fresher, picker upper. It's the best in life. You take one of those. If you fall into a fountain or you sit on a bench that's been painted, it's all okay because you've had mementos.
Mentos.
Uh-huh. And with us is someone who doesn't even have an idea what that commercial was, is our new friend. I'm going to say this wrong. I keep wanting to say skumbagovich.
Try your best. Try your best.
I keep wanting to say skumbagovich.
Skumbagovich.
Thank you.
It's not skumbagovich.
Correct emphasis on the first guess.
Skumbagovich.
I like it.
You can call me Frankie. You don't have to use the name. The name is old and it just
hello there, Skumbagovich. How are you? Welcome to country.
Is it Francis?
Unfortunately.
Oh no! No! That's my grandma's name. So you're cool.
We had this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you can call me Frankie. The username thing is not going to happen. It's not going to replace my name.
You can call me Frankie. You could call me Francis. You could call me Francine. But you don't have to call me Skumbagovich.
It's just an old name from when I was like a faceless account, and
and
I was too lazy, and it was too unique, and I just didn't change it.
It is a unique name. People will remember that. People know. I keep wanting to say it's Skumbagovich. Skumbagovich.
Like a scumbag?
I keep wanting to say...
And then you add like
Ovich. I keep
Ovich.
Skumbagovich.
You can! Because that is me.
Because we had a teacher
That's my official role.
Who had Vitch at the end of their name, and we would always call her Bitch, because we were awful.
That's so mean.
Well, Jenna, if you can imagine me being a bastard...
That's bullshit. You're not.
Oh, Jenna. I'm the most vile, unsavory character in the world.
He's not.
I was just discussing how a fat YouTube man, if I was to meet him, I'd pull his shirt up and start slapping him on the belly. Wouldn't say hello, wouldn't say hi. I'd just lift it up, start slapping him on the belly. I'd start talking to him. Hello there. Hello, boy. Did you say to boy, didn't you, fat
And you know
man?
what? You know what he would do? He would pull down his shirt and he'd say, "Sir, we can agree to disagree."
Maybe he'd disavow me. There's a lot of disavowing that goes on these shows, Frankie. I've had to disavow
No, there's
myself.
not. We don't.
I've disavowed myself. I've disavowed Muda before. I think I've disavowed Jenna.
Yeah.
We've disavowed everything.
Jenna.
Yeah, if you disavow, that's legally, according to the rules of the internet, if you disavow something, it completely absolves you of all guilt and responsibility.
It's like putting on your Twitter bio, likes and retweets and follows is not an endorsement.
Oh, I have tacitly stated several times, and I think people think I'm joking, and I'm not. I said it. Every follower and every following is an endorsement. If they all disagree with each other, that's literally just a reflection of what I think. Everything, every like is an endorsement.
There you go. Me
all
too.
Of my tweets represent AOL Time Warner.
Yeah, literally.
Is that even still like a thing?
I'm not sure, Jenna.
Some people do precautions still in their bios, not representative of XYZ company.
I need to put we/us. I gotta put my pronouns. We need our pronouns. If people can't see we/us, how will they know our pronouns?
We us. What are you?
But yeah, I'm aware of the amount of disavowing that goes on.
You've had a lot,
I watch a lot of commentary videos kind of in the as background noise, like drama stuff when I'm editing.
These guys just yelling at each other.
But the information
you're a pedophile.
But the information kind of seeps in over time.
Actually, the real pedophiles were the friends we made along the way.
A lot of pedophiles
just screaming at each other.
Well, we haven't had
no, Palestine's bad.
Proper, we haven't had a proper pedo in a while. But
no, the Ukraine's bad.
Frankie's basically just you've kind of fallen ass first into like everything. You know, you had like some shorts that blew up, and then it started to like kind of blow up your channel, and then your Twitter started blowing up. And how has that been like? What's that been like?
Yeah, how's
for
it
you?
feel? How's it feel to be popular?
Yeah.
Is that how I'm perceived? Because my biggest issue is that this happened so quickly, and I haven't had time to breathe, and I have absolutely no I'm serious. I have absolutely no understanding of how anybody sees me. I have no idea what's going on.
Everybody that I know likes you.
That is literally the experience
And I know the best
every
people.
YouTuber
And I know all the
Twitter
best people
personality,
online.
everyone. It's all
I didn't
a house
even
of
know
cards.
do you understand? I didn't even know that I was like known to people. Like, it's a weird feeling.
She is known. We know this one. Mark her down in the record book.
Imagine being in the position where you voluntarily make these cringe videos and put them online, and then you're shocked and appalled when suddenly people can perceive you. I am in this predicament right now. I think maybe in the future it'll get easier, but the feeling is actually really negative. It's not. I wasn't as thrilled as I thought I was going to be.
Nobody ever is.
You're going to be able to shake off what people think. I think rather quickly. I think like in a couple of months. Honestly, think in a couple months you probably will be more over it. As far as
it's insane. It like literally. Sorry, not I'm not going to pontificate on my situation. It's not like
no, dude, please tell me
the pontifications. This is the pontifications point.
Okay, all right. Well, to just summarize exactly how it feels, It feels like it literally just happened overnight. I thought maybe in a year, in 2 years, I would get to where I am right now, and it just one day it happened. I haven't caught up with it mentally. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know I've never heard of this happening to anyone.
Happens
like
all the time.
It happens all the time.
You have no idea what a house of cards all of content is. There are people out there who have.
It feels so surreal and like undeserved. It's scary.
Yep, everybody has that imposter syndrome. I find myself having panic attacks going, I can't write this. I have no idea what to say. I don't know what to do. Oh, God, everyone's going to hate me. Everyone hates me now. It's awful.
Oh, can I say something, actually? I have no rational reason to think this, but it's just, I guess it's like I panic and my mind goes here. But since my content started really getting views, I've just had this... tell me if you can relate to this. I have this feeling that, like, holy shit, I am just, like, universally disliked. I don't know where it came from.
You? Yeah.
It's just this feeling, the fucking, like, you're sitting... Sorry, can I curse?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you're sitting, in the fucking middle of the panopticon, and everybody is looking at you. You're the one being monitored. You're just sitting there, and you just can't help but get the impression that it's like, oh, I fucked up. I can't delete this. I'm in too deep now.
We've made it to the
I'm not going to have a normal job. Things are not going to be normal after this, and I did it to myself voluntarily. It's a scary feeling when it actually occurs to you.
You know who had that really, like, Donovan, Crypt Daddy.
Our guy,
had that really hard. Where he just had, like, this... Oh my God, what the fuck? Like, everybody fucking hates me. Like, did I do something wrong? Like, what was this? Like, oh shit.
That's how it feels. That's how it feels. It feels like, for no reason at all, I feel like the feeling when you're a kid and you did something wrong and you hear your mom coming up the stairs and you know what's about to happen.
You're fucked.
All it takes, here's the thing. All it takes is, so you get 1,000 comments on something. Well, if there's 5 negative ones, those stick out like a sore thumb. Those little prickly ones, those are the ones
I have recently discovered that there's a section in your YouTube studio under your comments called held for review. And I was like, that's really interesting. I don't know what that means. So I opened it.
That's the good shit.
And I just spent, because one of my shorts blew up, I got like a ton, and they got auto-sorted into the held for review. And it was tons. It was like hundreds and hundreds. And I was just obsessed. I was reading them over and over. And, I'm really impressionable. And I'm like, well, obviously they're telling the truth because they somehow figured out all the shit I'm insecure about. I was overwhelmed at the sheer volume of negative comments. Because, again, it just feels like suddenly the whole world is looking at you. Even if it's not, even if it's a small thing, it's like, fuck. Yeah. Oh my God, I've made a mistake. I should never have done this.
Yeah, you'll get over the
I hope so. I hope I start getting full of myself soon because this is
Negative-
really
negative
unpleasant.
Comments, you will get over it. Every once in a while, you're gonna have something, and somebody's gonna say something, and it's gonna bug you a little bit, but you will kind of learn to be like, whatever.
The
you know,
fun
it's like
of it
fine.
is doing the inflammatory stuff, the stuff that makes people just lose their minds and just go crazy, and knowing that you've said it. It's like setting a firework, and then you just walk away, and you just stand there and watch as it sparkles and flies off and makes this big, huge boom, and you're just standing there like, wow, we've really done something today.
Honestly, some of the best
it's like a Ric Flair feeling.
Like on Twitter, like the best way, like I don't know, some fucking 500 follower account was like arguing with me the other day, and I engaged in it, and it's like, you know better to do this, but I did. And they even brought up, it's like, you don't have anything, like, what are you, bored? You don't have anything better to do than to argue with a 500 follower account? And I said, yes.
No, you have to own it, because what response could they possibly have?
Obviously, I'm sitting here arguing with you, so I really don't have anything better to do. Like, I'm not going to be
Don't
like,
ever fuck with somebody who doesn't have anything better to do, as a general rule.
Yeah. And I don't argue with people on Twitter nearly as much as I used to.
It's so much fun.
I'm terrified of I haven't gotten into an argument, but I'm scared. I would never intentionally do so.
You want to get into an argument right now, Frankie?
Yeah, you got to rip the Band-Aid off.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off right now.
I'm a very sensitive soul. I truly am.
You're very sensitive.
When you give people
I am the worst suited personality type to be doing what I'm doing. You understand? That's why I'm like freaking out so bad.
Frankie, it's the only personality type that does this.
It's when you answer back people with one-word answers. It enrages people. Just know that. Just know.
It's like the big
I'll file that one away.
No.
I have a tendency to do that when I do want to end a conversation, so I'm gonna remember for the next time.
I do that, and then people usually
write back K.
Yeah, or I just go yes
give them
or
a thumbs
no,
up,
and it may not even make.
I like to just like the comment and give them no response whatsoever.
You just pissed off that person to like, or the people like. There's gonna be.
Oh,
people,
I pissed off a ton of people today unintentionally, but that was in a really small way, you know.
But there's gonna be people that they come back to you and they want to reply under every single thing that you post. And then just never giving them a shred of attention.
Your biggest fans.
No,
I have a couple people who do that, but it's always like moderately to severely sexually charged, so I can't reply even to own them one day, because it's like, please get out of my replies. Yeah. Please do it.
If you never reply to them, then they're just completely wasting their time.
The only reason they're there is because at some point in the past I may have accidentally liked their response and set in motion the terrible chain of events. Yeah. I'm trying not to respond to anyone about anything except for like my one reply guy, Dylan. Shout out Dylan. He's a sweetheart. I love him. But everybody else, radio silence.
We all need a Dylan in our life.
We really do. Dylan is my boy.
That guy who likes everything and replies to everything. He's always there. Oh, we all need we call them the juggalos.
That's no. That's not a derogatory thing. He called himself reply guy. I know him in real life. I just want to be clear.
Like you
this is like 100% love and affection from my heart.
Okay, good. All right. Well,
yeah.
Good. So then it's like
all my love and affection comes from my colon.
It's okay. We're all different. It takes all kinds.
Yeah. You will get to that point where you will rip the Band-Aid off and just like get the first fight out of the way.
You'll never be as unpopular.
They're gonna epically boom me. It's just not fair. I'm at such a fucking disadvantage. All my facial features are so huge. Like I'm so easy to draw. You could say anything. I would not have there are too many like responses to anything that I have to say just hanging in the air. You know what I mean?
Once you get every derogatory thing thrown your way, trust me.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Yeah. I get ones that are hella creative. I get really, really, really creative ones. Ones that don't even really make sense. And it's like
I get creative ones in like my DMs, like in my restricted section on Instagram, but they're creative the way like a ransom note made out of magazine cutouts is creative. Like the pit in your stomach opens up. Incredibly graphic.
You know what it reminds me of? You know who I miss on Twitter that used to always give me shit almost every single day? Igor, Encyclopedia Dramatica.
I love
Igor
so much. some of the
Who's
Where
he?
is
worst,
he? Because he used to DM me all the time and be like,
the conversations we've
he'd
had.
be like, I fucking hate your fucking smile.
I love.
Stop fucking
Wait,
smiling.
what is his connection to Encyclopedia Dramatica?
He was the admin for many
He's the
years.
admin.
Oh fuck!
Or-
His website like changed the course of my life. Fuck
Yeah,
him though.
Igor.
That's crazy.
He's the only admin that I think, and now this might have changed. He was the only admin that had never been arrested.
Yeah.
That was, and he'd stepped down. I think.
That's crazy. That's a
Who knows
crazy
if
ending
he
to a
had
sentence.
He had gotten hacked, and then you never saw him on Twitter again.
Mm.
But yeah, he would DM me and be
Love
like,
Igor so much, so
be
much
like-
fun.
he'd be like-
Easy peasy, that's his name.
yeah. So he'd
Easy
DM me and be
peasy,
like,
Igor.
he'd be like,
Such a fun
fucking,
dude.
he'd be like, I fucking hate your smile. Like, why the fuck do you smile? So what I'll do is I would either send him back a smiley face or like another, like I'd take a picture of you smiling and it would get closer like every single time.
I don't know,
And he
man. I
would
would be
just-
terrified to
he
respond to
was
someone like that. That's
so-
legitimately scary.
No, but we were like
He's all the way in
friendly,
Israel.
but
He's
in
like
a way
another country.
where he was, but he was mean. He was so mean to me.
Yes.
But I just gave it right back to him, and then that's how I kind of earned his respect because I didn't get mad about it. I didn't. Get
I
upset
think I
about it.
recently accidentally did that with someone, and it was a good feeling to know that like I had made the correct choice.
Yeah,
Like that
and
feeling when
a
you know
lot
you
of
won their
people
respect.
will. They'll sometimes people will come in and they'll look for a fight, and then if you kind of like, okay, that was a good one. That's a good one. That's a new one, and you don't get mad. They're like, respect for not getting mad about that. Like I'm trolling you, and you're not even getting mad, and then then they end up following you, and then they like all your shit after that.
They
I've
become
had that a lot.
juggalos. You
Or
gotta
people that just
convert
come
'em.
in and want to say completely wrong things, and it's just like people that think that I have like not that there's anything wrong with it, and I'm not saying that, but it's just not for me because I don't have one. People think assuming that I have like an OnlyFans.
You have the
I don't know where this
Fansly,
comes
the
from.
Royal
I'm like,
fans, and all the other stuff. Why don't you have an OnlyFans?
Do you see any links in the bio? It's
Link in
bro,
bio.
where did you get this from? Like, and they're only saying it to piss me off. So I would reply and go, no, I don't have an OnlyFans. So, you forget, no, you're wrong. That's what they want. And when you just don't give them what they want, and every once in a while you just have to kind of be like, okay, yeah.
Nah, man,
need
out
to
of
give
fear for
you,
my life, I don't
buddy.
reply to anyone.
I need to give you a
I
URL
stopped.
that links them to be like, here's my OnlyFans link, but it links them to the Rickroll song.
No, I just want to like
Not even
find like
engaged at all. Nothing.
no, find one that's like ugly toes or something.
Oh, that's even better. Send them straight to Goatsy. You've been sentenced.
Oh, Goatsy's always a great option. Goatsy's always the option.
Send them to the albino, the thing where it pops up on your computer. You are an idiot. Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
And it
That's
just
been
keeps-
stuck
I
in my
haven't
head for
seen
over
that.
a
and there's
decade.
like 15
Never been rid of it.
windows of this fucking thing, and every time you close one, 5 more open up. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
You
I
are an
remember
idiot.
That's really old. Is that
God,
even still up?
I don't even think that's a thing anymore. But
That's not a thing anymore.
Somebody got me with
There's
that one.
no
I've been gotten with that one a couple of times, and every time I get so mad at myself. Like I shouldn't have trusted him. Why did I think that would be? And it's been years. Like that's old
That's like
internet.
that's like the article, and then like it's an article, and then you click on it, and it's like big black. You would have tried to get me with that, like after OJ died.
Yeah. Oh.
Like he sent me that link of like, oh, he's
Oh, I got that one.
the
Rest
San
in peace to
Francisco.
our
Hell,
homeboy.
wait,
bottle opener
no,
that he's
it's,
printed on.
It's OJ confesses that he did it to his family before he died, and
Yeah.
I see that it's a San Francisco Chronicle, and I was like, I ain't clicking on that.
Yeah.
I was like, are you really trying to send me a San Francisco Chronicle link? I was like, it's so I could just get an eye full of big black. You think that this is happening today, buddy? No, I swear, come on. I was like, you are so bad at this. Who do you think was like making those links like back in 2021 when it was like fashionable and funny as shit?
Do not
Me.
cite the deep lore to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
I was like, what are
No,
you
I fell
doing?
for it. And I saw him and I
Really?
was like, that's the guy on my bottle opener. Because I got one for my birthday a couple of years
You
ago.
got a
and it's
bottle
him,
opener
but like,
with the big black.
yeah, but the part that opens the bottle
Oh,
is like
that's
where his dick
great,
would be.
Mrs. Pecker. See,
I
that's
have to send you a picture later. It's great.
That's the
I
kind
wanna
of
see
kitschy
it.
junk that I want to have in the house. Like we had.
It was a good gift.
we
The guy who
lost-
gave me this gift, I never saw him again. I don't even know if he's alive. I don't even know what he was doing at my birthday, but it was like such a good gift.
Here, Frankie,
great.
I don't know you, but I got you this perfect gift for exactly what you do and want.
You're like big black.
And he's just like, in 5 years when you're a YouTuber, you'll need this.
Dangerous to go alone.
Yeah,
Take
I'm
this.
Cable from the future. I know things and I can't tell you. Please take this. You need this, big black.
You know what? Thinking about stuff like that, like I was thinking about the other day, like people you knew like in like 3rd grade or like 4th grade or 5th grade or 6th grade, and then you think like, I wonder if those people are even still alive.
And
It's very haunting when you get the.
some that
Oh,
aren't.
sorry.
Yeah.
Some aren't. Some didn't make it. It's a lot of
Yeah, when you
overdoses.
see-
there's no way.
When you see the news about that, or like you see it on Facebook or something, and it's so haunting. Like, no, here's my confirmation that not all of us made it, and we're still young. It's scary.
That is scary. It's like yeah, I used to like that person. I wonder if they're even, because I'm not on Facebook. Like I got off of Facebook like some years ago just because
It's Boomer Central.
Facebook. Yeah, that, and it makes me dislike people that I know in real life because of the
We
stupid
don't
shit
all
that
need
they-
to know so much about each other is the problem.
True. We know too
Everybody
much.
on
We
there
know.
turns into Stephen King, where it's nonstop talk about who their guy is and how much they hate the
Yeah.
other guy. That's all it is.
When
and
I
it's
saw,
just nonstop.
what did it for me is I had one of my really good friends, 2 of my really good friends from college, where it was like the 3 of us that we hung out all the time and we were inseparable. And it was election time, and one was voting for one and one was voting for the other, and they got into the most ridiculously heated debate on fucking Facebook.
Publicly on Facebook.
And- Yes, and I was like, what's going on? And that's when I was like, I'm out. I can't do this. Like there's people that I really, really like, and this is how we're interacting. Like, no thank you. I'm all right. I don't need this. I was out.
Knowing that it's all
Never
pretend anyway, that the deep state really controls things and they're not changing, it's all so tiresome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. But what are you gonna do? At least
Oh,
we have
I know
Twitter.
what I'm
we
gonna
have.
do.
You know what I just saw on Twitter earlier?
What'd you see on Twitter earlier? What was on Twitter
I
today?
saw some amateur wrestling of a
Yes.
guy wrestling a girl, and he was using a staple gun. And
Oh,
he
I saw
stapled
that
her
one.
I
forehead.
just saw that. I just saw that.
And her
Just
and
this
her
moment.
and her clit. He stapled her no special place.
That's BDSM
also
at that
known as
point.
the
That is not
the
wrestling.
cucina. He stapled her cucina together. He's like closing it up.
What is that?
Wait, how does that relate to the last thing, or did we just move on?
I think we.
I'm like waiting for the other shoe to drop on that one.
I just ADD'd it completely.
I think we've
My
completely
bad.
we've gone from the Donald Trump, the anti-Trump or whatever section into we've left politics behind, gone straight into the cucina.
Kind of like how Twitter is. Like you'll see one post of politics, and then
Yeah.
you'll see another post of a girl getting her coochie.
And then it's a
Completely
GoFundMe.
sticking
Hey
together.
man, my son died of AIDS and it was real sad.
Jesus Christ!
Like he's in a wheelchair and he's dying and he needs money. Money please. The sad dog. Oh man, look at this dog. This dog for pennies a day.
Those
You can support
photos
this
that
dog.
are
Look at the
over
flies
Facebook
on his
right
eyeball.
now.
Please give money now.
Do you
And then
guys
next-
also
next
like? Are
tweet's
you
a meme.
seriously put off by the AI scourge on Facebook right now? You've seen the pictures, right? It's always
I might be
it's always like
responsible for some
the
of it.
starving Central African child who made some kind of like laser
Oh,
portal out of water
wonderful.
bottles. They're everywhere. I also don't use Facebook. I just mentioned it before, like to just make my point, but I don't use it, so I don't know what that universe is like. But they're, these posts, they break out and they get circulated, and I just wasn't aware of the extent to which like everybody over the age of 55 was falling for these crazy AI images.
Yep.
And
They are.
what is the purpose?
Did you
Like,
see
I
the one that
understand there
she's
needs to be
on?
some reason that these are getting spammed everywhere, but, like, do scammers make money off this? Like, what is it?
So for
People get
me,
paid off of Facebook, but like, do they seriously like make money from like Facebook engagement or no?
I think there
I
is
suspect.
money there, but I don't think it is substantial, is what
It's
I've
like
heard.
TikTok. It's like TikTok level money. Like,
Yeah.
not.
But I guess the question, and I don't know, that was my assumption, because my question is, like, why? Why
What are you
is...
getting out of this?
No, that's exactly what I wondered. You know, what is 65-year-old Janice getting out of seeing this picture and giving it a like and saying, "You're going places, dear"? Like, what?
Yeah.
First of all,
It's
I am baffled by the
one
need.
like one
Was it
pray.
the kid with
Literally,
4
but also,
legs? He had 4 legs.
I'm baffled at how. Okay, I guess this isn't shade, but I see how it can be interpreted that way. But I genuinely just don't understand how boomers feel the need to personally interact with every single post on any app, anywhere that they might see.
You have to put in their 2
Because
cents.
everything is about them, because they're friggin' boomers. They're old and the world revolves around
We
them.
need to know
But
what
it's no,
Beverly
like,
is thinking.
is there like just a paradigm that they don't understand? Like, they think everything they see has intentionally been put there, sent to them directly?
Yes, God
Yes,
sent it
God,
there for them.
Jesus put it in front of them.
They have a
What
personal
compels these
relationship
people
with
to
Jesus.
endlessly comment on these AI pics? Like, it's blowing my mind. I really hope my grandma didn't fall for that. I would be
God
very
bless
upset.
his soul. I'll be praying for him tonight. I saw one where somebody posted it. Somebody posted it was like it was like 2 like African starving children. And it's like, oh, it was a Facebook post. It was like, oh, it's his birthday. You know, please pray for him. And
Yes, one like, one prayer.
he had literally like 6 like prosthetic
Yeah, that's the one I saw, where he had all these fake prosthetic legs, but he had tons and tons of prayers.
Swiss Army knife, bro. It was like, but people were falling for it.
It's the
Like,
fakest
I
shit
saw
in the
this
world.
one.
we have to teach old people. We have to teach
Internet
No.
literacy.
They're not gonna
Yes,
learn.
we need to teach them to look at the hands.
Listen,
I saw this
can tell
one.
my
It was
father-
some.
I can tell my father every day, don't say all lives matter. Don't say all lives matter. Please don't say it. It's gonna make everybody mad, and he just can't help
What
it.
did you see?
What did you see on Facebook?
I saw this one AI. It was like a little child in some nondescript village, and he had like some kind of rare disease, and he had a sign up that was like, "Please pray for me. It's my birthday." But the like disease that he had is that they gave him like giant Sasquatch feet,
No.
and he looked so devastated. And the comments were falling over each other
It's a
to
bad
say that
case
he's
of
going to
ligma.
get through this.
Oh,
But it's
boy
like the
suffered.
picture was so funny.
Please help
You
this
know-
boy for just pennies a day. It used to be all the time when we were kids. They would play, like watching Cartoon Network. They would play this shit constantly, where this dude would walk out, "Hi, I'm John Whiteman, and I'm here because I'm better than everybody else, and, you know, I can't give money to these kids, but they need it." And it'd show these kids that have flies on the eyeballs and, like, really sad images. And they would play, and there's one with a bunch of dogs where it would play the Sarah McLachlan song, "In the Eyes of an Angel." And you see all these sad dogs in cages. And they just always want money. Everybody wants money. It's all a big suck. It's all a big scam.
Did you
And I'm
know-
tired of tipping, Jenna. That's where I'm getting to. I'm tired of giving
no!
tips. I'm
My
tired of
fucking
tips.
God! You were
I hate
asking for
tipping.
20% at places in Vegas last weekend.
I hate tipping. I'm not tipping anymore. I
was
don't want to
getting
tip.
coffee at the hotel, and they wanted 20% tip.
I'm not tipping. I'm so tired of it. I don't even want to pay gratuity anymore when they do that shit. When it's like, "Oh, you had more than 5 people, so you have to charge gratuity." I don't want to pay that anymore either. I'm going to be an asshole. I'm going to be Mr. Pink. I'm going to be so hard to deal with that they'll just say, "Sir, please just leave."
You're running too far away. You're running too far away because with AI, did you know that like commercials are starting to use fucking AI now?
I'll bet.
That Rent-A-Center commercial, this
Rent-A-Center
animated
commercial.
this abortion that they put out onto the screen. I mean, the thing is, like, this, even a normal person who has no concept of what AI is, they would take one look at this and think, this is vaguely terrifying. I'm not going to look at it any longer. It's so ugly. Who approved it?
Rent-A-Center are genuinely evil. They are genuinely a bad company who are evil. That's their motto. Like Google's motto used to be, "Don't be evil." Rent-A-Center's is, actually, let's be evil. Let's be as mean as Walmart, but even worse. Like, they're so predatory and so awful
Yeah, but did they truly have to stunt with the ad? Like, could they not make something less offensive to the eye? I don't care about Rent-A-Center. I don't even know anything about them. But this ad, it's disgusting.
It's people, like, they're so just wow on the prices that they're zooming into their faces and their eyeballs are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it looks like when you do the content-aware scale, like when it makes everything more intense.
You make it sound like it's a Black Hole Sun music video where everybody's
It is kind of.
Weird.
Oh.
It is. It actually unironically looks like that, and they have too many.
But it's not pleasing, is the thing. It's uncanny.
I like that. I like the uncanny valley. I like the uncomfortable.
I promise this is uncanny like sandpaper on your brain. You're not gonna like it.
Oh, I love the cringe. I love cringe. Great cringe.
So now we have now we got companies just going in and just like doing the AI prompts, saving a little bit of money. How does that work? Like, eventually, like, I think if a lot of people start trying to do that, it's going to start getting regulated.
You're going to see everything homogenized.
It's shocking how late they are to regulate this now. There have already been so many isolated cases of where AI is clearly overstepped socially because we have absolutely no stopping mechanism in place.
Yeah.
And like, I'm thinking of the Taylor Swift thing, for instance. How has this not been? How has there not even been an attempt to regulate this to any capacity? I mean, like, I know it's very old man yells at cloud, but I'm seriously convinced of this. This is a very negative thing for the human race. We should not have this amount of power.
We probably don't need to see
we need
Kermit
to
the Frog
try and
and
choke
Oscar
it
the
to some
Grouch.
extent so we can figure this out.
Like
Sorry, what?
The Kermit the Frog and Oscar the Grouch drilling Taylor Swift images that were floating around. Maybe we went too far as a society.
We went way too far.
It's just the fact that it's basically, I mean, it's a little exaggerated, obviously, but like, if you've all seen it, it's photorealistic enough. And you would think that someone like her,
just drilling her,
so wealthy and potentially with like political sway, could have, maybe expedited this or something. But the fact is that I'm sure this has happened to normal people who have no power, and her story is just the one that made everybody aware.
It happens.
We have to regulate it by now.
There was a high school in California supposed to have had issues with that. I think there's litigation about that. Like, there's going to be a lot of craziness for the next 5 years. It's going to take 5 years before everybody's like, hey, maybe we should really do something about this. Your politicians, but by then it'll be too late.
Part of it. It's part
already
of it because
too late.
AI, look at last year. Look at AI from last year. Look at Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Yeah.
And look how far we've come already. Oh, yeah. So I think it's just because AI has just advanced so fast that
they can't keep up.
They can't keep
up. Anyone who wanted this to happen would have made it happen by now, right? Look how quickly they rolled the TikTok thing through. It's very obvious where people's day-to-day priorities actually are and where the money is being spent. And frankly,
still continues.
Politics, politicians are just disinterested in this because I don't think it's affected any one of them very directly. Not yet.
Yeah, they haven't had women shoving TikTok videos, and once the women shove the TikTok videos in their face, hey, look at this, honey, look at this, or you see a woman just in a corner sitting on her phone for 4 hours in a TikTok, just that you could see like their mouth open, like zombified, just constantly scrolling, looking through this garbage over and over and over. But it's the same thing with Instagram Reel, same thing with the YouTube Shorts.
I don't have any issue with like. I guess I don't have any strong issue with the apps themselves. It's just more so to, make the very obvious point that people way smarter than me have already made, that we could slow this down tomorrow.
Yeah.
If people were sincerely interested in slowing AI down and slowing down this absolutely exponential growth. I mean, AI, clearly the private companies that invest in it, like OpenAI, they're going to continue developing no matter what. But at least we could get started the process of trying to figure out what to do with this.
I'm ready to argue because I love using AI. I use AI all the time. AI is my best friend. AI is the greatest thing that's ever happened when it comes to garbage.
No, clearly the memes are funny. Like, this thing has some kind of a utility.
Garfield doing every crazy album cover. Like, I have one of Nevermind Garfield, the Nirvana album where he's got a little wiener, and it's Garfield.
You can do anything on
AI.
it.
AI is incredible. I have Garfield.
It's not going anywhere is the thing, so we can at least... we can just something, just an empty gesture, just to make Francis happy. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see that somebody cares.
I agree. I think it's it's
You can't stop Stable Diffusion, guys, because they already have it set up locally on their
well,
computers.
we're going to reach a cap with it, and I think because like we've burned so quickly on it getting good, it's eventually it's gonna peak, and then it's gonna kind of fall a little flat. Like everybody's still really. That's what I think is gonna happen.
I think it's gonna get to a point where they're able to deliver content to you that is exactly what you think you want, or what it knows that you want. Like I know for me, it's gonna deliver. You really like stories about heroes with great resolve and gusto going up against the bad guys who are much bigger than them, and saving the day and being friends and having a good time. And so it's going to deliver to me a One Piece and Dragon Ball style cartoon that is made custom just for me and my tastes.
Demonic.
Yeah.
It's demonic.
It's going to get there, and it'll have a full soundtrack.
That's like somebody dating on an app.
What zest is there to life if you no longer have to wait to see anything, to be rewarded with anything?
When everything is literally that we already have so much like instant gratification.
I could use a little more zest.
Imagine never having to intellectually fight for a story again, because anything, you don't have to have any new ideas, you don't have to be introspective to any capacity. The story that you want to hear that teaches you nothing is just beamed directly into your head, you know? It's just, this is wrong. This is like the equivalent of spoiling a child.
Frankie, hook it right in my veins. Give me the power.
I think this is bad for the human. I think this is bad for the human animal. I think we forget that we're animals.
Terminator. And they go, and RoboCop and Terminator are gay and go on a date together. That's the movie.
Well, that one's allowed. That's funny.
That's what AI is going to make for me.
The ones that I like are allowed. Everything else, though, extremely questionable.
Okay, so things you like is fine, but once it's somebody else's shit.
Yes, correct. That is also the extent of my political opinion. If I like it, it's cool. If I don't like it, it's cringe.
Right.
I'm not digging any deeper than that. I'm so over it.
I like that. That's good.
It's when we have AI making recipes and cooking for us, that's when we're going to have like a problem.
Well, they have lawyers that have gotten in deep shit because they used AI and it cited cases that didn't exist.
See, that's the thing. Like, okay, it's going to get to a point, which it's probably already happened, where AI basically kind of, without knowing it, how intelligent are you, without knowing it, rips from something copyrighted completely.
Already doing
that. But when is it going to be heavy enough where...
George R.R. Martin's got a lawsuit going now because people finished the Game of Thrones books using the AI. And this was
Have you ever seen that finished Keith Haring painting? You know the one very famous painting he made like shortly before he died? So the intent was that he left most of the canvas unfinished because it was just a story about him and his struggle with AIDS. And as soon as the image generation technology came out, I remember one of the like first big tweets that I saw that kind of made me aware that AI existed was someone being like, "That's stupid that he couldn't finish his painting. Because look, AI did it for me." And it's like, that's way too completely pervert anything good in this world. People with impulses like that, man, like, why?
Me and Squid Florian did a stream when generative fill, when the Photoshop thing started. We did a stream. This was last year, and it was just me on Discord talking to him and like telling him to do goofy stuff with photos. So we took the Beatles and we gave them combat boots and eye patches and things like that. We had OJ Simpson sitting there on trial where he's putting on the glove. I said, yeah, just highlight over the hand and turn it into a tentacle. And it did it. Just made it into a fancy-looking alien tentacle. And then we gave him like an afro and crazy sunglasses. Stupid stuff that we would do. That's the fun of AI. I think there's applications for it that are going to be a lot of fun. I think artists who can take their work and then enhance it with the AI tools, or use the AI tools as a base and then build on top of that using the skills they already have. I think there's going to be it's going to fast track a lot of things. It's accelerated a lot of the work that I do in a way that I can't even begin to describe the ways that it's helped me. Just having photos of every cartoon character eating a slice of pizza has been very helpful for a meme guy who does pizza work. That's the simple.
Funny? It's being able to already, even when AI is really good, it's being able to automatically tell when it is. Even if it's really good, there's always just something where you're like,
Doesn't
before
feel
you
right.
look at hands, there's something at the background, there's something about the colors.
Missing the human touch.
Yes. And that's where AI will never be able to fill it. You know, it's just like everybody's like, AI is going to replace all of our jobs. It's not.
It's going to replace some of our jobs. It already has.
Some of
jobs
them,
are done.
but not
Wendy's,
all of them.
They had the Wendy's video going around, Jenna, where the guy pulls up and he's like, "Hello,
yeah, I saw
how
it.
are you?" I would
but that will work
Big
until
Mac,
it
please.
doesn't. What are you going to do when it malfunctions? Because it's not going to function correctly every day, all hours of the day. It's going to have periods where
what
it
if he
doesn't
asked
work.
it if it wanted to kill
human
humans?
in there.
What if he asked Wendy's for a Big Mac? What would it
we're
say?
iRobot.
What
We're
does it do?
iRobot. We're living in iRobot.
What if he asked the Wendy's girl to say racial slurs? Would it say slurs?
Probably.
I'm afraid I can't do that, sir. This is a Wendy's.
No.
Did you set that up like a minute ago just for that?
Frankie, please.
Is that why you brought up the Wendy's?
You think I'm a professional comedian who would set up a joke minutes in advance, who would think of the punchline? And
I don't have memories minutes in advance. That's why I'm so impressed.
Walk our way. Yeah, I that was going for the whole time. As soon as I thought of Wendy's and AI, I was like, ooh, we're going there.
That was excellent. Me and my room temperature IQ. I'm very easily pleased, I gotta tell you.
I aim to please, but I often don't. I upset everyone. Everyone hates me, and I feel awful. I feel like the bastard child of the internet that nobody wants, but everybody likes.
Somebody came in and commented the other day out of nowhere. And it's like, can somebody please tell Charles Khan to stop posting homophobic things on Twitter? And I was like, have you looked at Charles Khan's account? He literally makes fun of everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting made.
Yeah, I'm pretty harsh on France. Like, I don't know why France is the butt of every joke.
Their language is nauseating, so you're fine.
A bunch of for making fun of.
Please.
I got shit because it was like we bought some garlic aioli sauce and
garlic aioli.
It has fucking half of it written in French, and I was like, oh, I made some joke about like this is terrible, and like I had people like, oh my god, that's so mean that you're shitting on like.
Oh, poor France. Oh man, don't you understand the France? They're always surrendering.
Actually, I was kind of making fun of Quebec.
Yeah, Quebec is France Junior, and they're even worse because their accents are even weirder because it's a Canadian accent. So it's a little bit of this here, eh? But they still got the French thing, so it's a little bit of ho.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's a weird kind of French. France Junior, that's Quebec. I don't know where I'm going now, Jenna. I'm completely lost. Do you think Frankenstein poops? I wrote that down on my paper and said, ooh, I have to have that one on the podcast.
I was going to ask, is that like the preamble or are we at the notes?
I don't know. We've gone so far. I had OJ died, Too Mad died, I died.
You died like forever ago.
Yeah, it's been 1,000 years ago.
And the last time I interacted with him, I was mean to him.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you know,
probably deserved it. He probably was being mean or something.
Yeah, but it's still, you know, he was young, so it
feels bad. I feel bad about the whole
OJ,
thing.
let's talk about OJ.
I feel bad about the whole thing. Like, he was an innocent man. He was just a poor guy who was accused of stuff. He tried to steal his own stuff, Jenna, and got busted.
2 months ago,
there was that time he sold ecstasy and got in trouble.
Yeah. 2 months ago, I heard he was on hospice.
Oh.
And then he was denying it, and he was like, I ain't on no hospice.
Hello, Twitter world. I ain't in no hospice.
But then I realized probably like a month ago, I was like, I haven't seen a hello Twitter world. I'm like, is he just tired of Twitter? Did he just get tired of getting trolled all the time?
I think OJ had a lot of fun with it.
Is it because, and I thought maybe because there's no football season right now, because he's a football guy, and that's mostly what he would talk about on Twitter. And I did get, I don't want to say concerned, but slightly curious as to what was going on. And then I heard he was on hospice, and then him not tweeting. I kind of was like, he probably is sick. I mean, he's in his 70s, you know, things can happen.
Yeah.
And my phone, when I tell you how much my phone fucking blew up the day he died, it was constant. And I was like, yes, people, I know. He never answered one of my DMs. And I was marked safe. So
I put him in meme hell.
well, I mean,
I have a meme format called meme hell, where it's all these like famous people that have died and some that haven't, that people don't like or were infamous.
He hasn't had his funeral yet. He's been cremated. And yes, see, I wanted to make one more OJ video. I wanted him to make more content online.
I've heard OJ was a delightful guy. Like, everybody loved him that met him. He was always funny and had a great sense of humor.
I wanted him to get into some kind of controversy online so I could make like another video.
Well, Jenna, I don't think he could get in a bigger controversy. If he had tweeted
I want him
slurs,
to get in a modern day controversy.
If he had tweeted out how much he hated every race and everything, and was supporting Trump and gay,
that still wouldn't be a bigger controversy than the only reason people know him.
Right? No,
he
did actually get into a Trump controversy, and I did mention that in my second one when he started making TikToks.
Jenna, if he killed a person, if he killed one person, that still would not be as big a controversy as what he was known for in the 90s.
Two people, and then I guess like it's really sad because
a lot of people think it was the son. That the son was the
it
one that
wasn't
killed
him. It was OJ. There was her DNA in his Bronco.
Yeah.
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 You know what he did? Do you know what he did that was one of the biggest fuck yous?
Yeah.
So the footprints at the crime scene, right?
Yeah.
They did not find the shoes.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
He wore those shoes to the civil trial when the Goldmans and the Brown family sued him in civil court.
He's got a good sense of humor, Jenna.
He wore those fucking shoes. It's
we're just gonna let that awkward silence hang for a while, Jenna.
No, like he did. He wore them like a big fuck you.
I'm gonna disavow OJ right now.
I'm just thinking about that Ford Bronco. That's kind of the only thing I know about the case.
I love
like
that.
There's two white Ford Broncos. The one in the chase was AC Cowling, his best friend. That was
obviously I'm thinking about the chase one.
The chase one is AC Cowling's, and those are the ones.
That's what everybody doesn't focus on. That it wasn't a high-speed chase where they're hauling ass down the highway. No, he was going like 30 down the highway.
Like 45 on the 605 freeway.
On like
terrible is it that someone like that has such a good sense of humor? Like truly wasted,
dude. He was so funny in those Naked Gun movies.
His Bronco, and they had identical Broncos because AC Cowling, his best friend, just tried to be like OJ in every single sense of the word. And the really sad part is like after the trial was over and he went through custody court to get his kids back, the court actually gave him his kids back that he had with Nicole. So they had to leave Nicole's family, and AC Cowling was the one who picked them up in the Bronco.
I had heard that, you remember Rosie Greer, the old football player, that guy. He was some kind of like a religious council and had went in and talked to OJ, and that supposedly he had confessed to Rosie Greer. Rosie Greer was also, to make this more of a crank conspiracy thing, because I know what Frankie likes. Rosie Greer was the one who stopped Sirhan after he killed RFK. He was there at the hotel, and he was the first one to see the guy with the gun and like jumped on him and grabbed the guy's gun. And he started saying, "No, enough people have died here today. I'm stopping. Nobody's killing this guy. You know, enough death has happened here." It was an odd thing to say. And also to please Jenna, we're gonna bring it home. Rosie Greer was in a motion picture called The Thing with Two Heads from the 1970s, where him and the racist white man had to share a body. Rosie Greer had this guy's head sewn onto his shoulder to save his life, and he was like a rich white guy, and neither one liked the idea too much. That's what the trailer says. Mm-hmm. And it is a ridiculous movie. They ride a motorcycle at one point with two heads. It is exactly the kind of dumb movie that I think all of our audience would love.
Do you know one thing that I'm getting right now?
McFlurry.
To really bring it home on my Twitter timeline, that your phone
bringing
is
it?
listening to you.
Oh man,
I
my
have gotten-
phone! Goddamn this thing!
I've gotten 4 football ads on Twitter.
If
Since
there's
just
one thing I
talking-
never want to watch, it's
mentioning
football.
football.
I'd sooner
I hate
watch
it.
baseball.
Why is it
And
giving me this?
baseball's the
Because
most boring
I
shit in the
just
world.
mentioned it. Because we just talked about OJ and OJ talking about football. Now I have football on my fucking timeline.
I've been saying I'm not going to become super famous and a millionaire. I've been saying it, going, that's never going to happen for me, not going to happen. That way the universe hears it and is like, oh, you don't think it's going to happen, Charlie? You don't think you're going to make a crazy movie? You don't think you're going to do that? Huh, well, we'll show you.
Frankie, what do you got going on?
Frankie, what are your hopes and dreams in life? What are
My
your goals?
hopes and dreams. This isn't about me. Don't worry about it.
Welcome.
Ask me a more interesting question. What are my hopes and dreams? I just accidentally became a YouTuber. That's pretty scary.
Do you think
it's a nightmare.
Frankenstein poops? The most important question. Does a Frankenstein monster poop?
Yes, he does. He's a shitter.
He has to poop,
he's
Jenna.
not.
He's a man. He's alive. He's a man. He's alive. He eats food.
Exactly.
Food
Where's it gonna
good.
go?
When he was with that blind man, Jenna, food good.
He's not even alive.
And he smokes. He smokes. He's cool. Frankenstein smokes. Anybody who smokes
Young Frankenstein
cool.
was a great movie.
Smoke.
It's a great all Mel Brooks movies are great. Every single Mel Brooks movie ever made.
Frankenstein
even the
banged that girl at the end.
Did he?
Actually, it was he had swapped part of his brain with Frankenstein. He took Frankenstein's penis and he banged the girl with Frankenstein's
Yeah, wasn't
penis.
that like the final scene?
That was the final scene. Spoiler for
I don't know why I was watching this movie as a child. I watched it a lot when I was like a little kid. Probably should not have.
Played on regular TV all the time, and that's clearly what's happening, is that he's about to bang this woman with a gigantic penis. Because I believe Terry Garr's character says that in an earlier scene that his Frankenfurter would be 13 inches long. I think that's what she said. It's supposed to be a very big penis. Speaking of, Jenna, I've decided that I want to be a truck guy. I want to get a truck so big that when I pull up next to people, they look at it and go, ah, yes, I know exactly how big his penis is.
They can accurately guess, like down to the centimeter.
Yeah. I want one that is the size of 2 Tundras and a Canyonero put together. That's the kind of truck I want. I want a truck.
So you're tiny.
I need a truck that says, oh man, this guy, if he had to haul stuff, he could haul everything in this one truck and one truckload.
I don't know, man. Sometimes it's too much, you know? Like, it truly, a big dick is not always necessary. Like, down in front, you know what I mean?
You want me to get one of those little Japanese trucks? I can't do that.
It's not,
I can't get one of those trucks. I'd be less of a man.
No, you don't need a huge, like,
everyone is too obsessed. Too obsessed. The actual, like, smallest acceptable size is really not that bad. Like, everyone needs to relax. Yeah, you guys need to relax.
Nobody actually
Frankie,
wants
there'll be no relaxing.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, you don't know what he did just there.
I do. I've seen that shirt. I was like 6 when that was fashionable, but I remember.
There'll be no relaxing.
There was a Frankie Says Relax like comeback in 2004. I remember my really fashionable aunt. She wore that shirt all the time. Yeah, no, I actually specifically know about that and only that.
Relax, don't do it.
Relax, don't do it. I'm just doing that from like The Wedding Singer. Relax, don't do it.
There's 2 scenes that I love in The Wedding Singer more than anything else in that whole movie. The first scene is when the Alexis Arquette is doing the Boy George song, and Steve Buscemi goes, "Ooh, I like her." Like he's just so drunk. He's just like, "Yeah, man, that's my kind of woman."
Did you see when I tagged you on Twitter the other day? I was going through my timeline, and it was from that Deuce Bigelow movie, I guess. Ooh. And it was like, "That's a big bitch," and I went,
"Oh, I love that."
That's what Charles says. You say that's huge bitch, and you say that all the time.
That's
and I
so
tagged
fucking
you, and I was
funny,
like,
Jenna.
I was like, I get it now.
That's a huge bitch. You know how they had that? They were editing the movie, and there just happened to be a guy who was there, and they needed like a line. They just said, "Just say something, man," and that was the line he gave. That's a huge bitch. said the
So
whole
funny.
room burst out laughing. It was so funny. They said, we got to put this in the movie 3 or 4 more times. And so they tried to sneak it in different scenes. Like there's in the courtroom. They're in a courtroom when that large woman's up on the stand, and you just hear that, that's a huge bitch. Oh, that's so
big,
fucking
like,
funny. Because he hit that line just perfect. The other scene in the movie that I love is when Adam Sandler is very sad and singing a song about killing himself. And John Lovett says he's losing his mind. And I'm
reaping the
all the benefits.
And then he
just
slowly
puts that curtain in front of him. That's so funny.
You're making me
So
want to
good.
rewatch.
It's such a great movie.
I've seen this movie like 20 times.
Don't you love how
but
cute...
I could stand it again.
Don't you love how cute Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler are together? Couldn't you watch at least 2 or 3 more movies with them?
They had great chemistry in The Wedding Singer, and then...
It troubles me, man. How must this wife feel? Like, I know it's a job, but we're all kind of human beings.
Yeah.
True.
Well, let's ask Angelina Jolie.
I don't know. Drew Barrymore could kiss my husband because she's really cute.
Let's ask Jennifer
she just seems like a
Aniston
sweet lady.
how she feels about Brad Pitt doing that movie with Angelina Jolie. Let's ask her. Let's ask Jennifer.
Oh, poor thing.
She's friends.
You should
with
hit her
friends.
up on
We'll
Discord.
reach out. We'll ask.
And look how everything ended with them.
Yeah.
Not great.
No.
So karma always comes back around, though.
God, we watched that the remake of that show, the Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Donald Glover. I didn't love it. I thought it was too much of a bummer. It wasn't as funny. They kind of stepped on the premise. Just wasn't hot. It was not a hot show. Are we gonna go for another 2 hours, Jenna? Is it gonna be one of those?
No, because speaking of shows, I need to go finish Fallout.
Oh.
I haven't had a chance, but I need to go finish it.
Jenna, Walton Goggins kills everybody, and he's badass.
It's a great show.
He's so badass. I don't give a shit about the goofy black fella or the stupid big-eyed girl. Who cares about them? It's all about Walton Goggins. Just chewing the scenery in every single scene he's in.
It's a great show.
With them big veneers.
Yes. He's killing everybody.
What
do you got working on? What are you working on, Frankie?
Oh my god.
Where can people find
you? Which question am I answering?
Answer
does Frankenstein poop?
No. I told you, he's a shitter. The answer's yes.
Does Dracula poop?
No.
No, liquid diet.
He sucks blood. Yeah. That's right.
There you go.
He's gay.
So what are you working on, Frankie? And then tell us where to find you, Charles.
Okay, hopefully, if I don't majorly mess it up, I have a video coming on Friday. There's this one piece of Sonic fan art that I've been seeing on and off for like the last 10 years.
Yeah,
it's Shadow and Sonic, they're merged into like a toilet entity. They're like a sentient toilet. And this image has been floating around. And on a whim, I looked it up because I wanted to know, who can I thank for this abomination? But it would turn out that trying to figure out who made this thing created so many more questions than answers, and I kind of went on a rabbit hole with it, and I'm assembling the full story for a video on Friday. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird, and it's like the more you look, the more nervous you get.
We went down a rabbit hole like that for one of our things, this image of this guy with no nose. And every lead that we went down just had 50 more weird things and like old posts. And I just told the guys, I'm like, listen, I could spend 3 months every day looking into this. I don't think we're going to find it. Yeah,
in the case of this Sonic toilet, it's like every link is dead. Every link that works goes to a website whose domain expired conveniently last year. Like, whoever made this went to such lengths not to be found. I'm pretty sure I found them under an alt account, but I can't 100% say. But whoever this was, they really wanted to just put this thing out there and then disappear forever. But no such luck.
I love digging on trying to look through old Angel Fire websites. I find such nostalgia looking through, seeing the ones that are like, oh, this is even before. Like there'll be some of them that'll have the table thing on the side, and then some that are just so ancient they don't have that. They're just like a web portal. It's such a different era.
Yeah, and then to answer the other thing really briefly, I'm sorry about my unpronounceable name. I'm stuck with it.
No,
I am
like it. I love
Skumbagovich
it.
on everything.
Skumbagovich.
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, but primarily the YouTube channel that just like appeared into the ether.
Yes,
The month-old
I love it.
YouTube channel.
I love it.
I'm trying to post very regularly on there, so that's the main one.
I
Yeah,
love
congratulations on hitting 100,000 subscribers and 1 million subscribers and 1 billion subscribers and taking over.
Thank you.
all
It
of
was
content.
effortless. 1 billion, like
Yeah.
nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody will know the name. It'll be like the moon. We'll have it carved in there. You'll just see the moon.
I really couldn't have
and
picked the worst name. Like, what was I thinking?
No, I like it.
Like, what did I mean by that?
Nobody else is going to have it, so run with
Yeah.
it. Roll with it. Nobody's gonna have it.
Well, I'm stuck now.
You're good.
Yeah,
Great.
I
I
thought
love it.
Mask Bastard was going to be the thing. No, it's the memes. That's what people liked. Okay, well, we'll just do that.
Yes.
We'll just do memes, I guess, and meme accessories. I don't know.
Yes.
And Real Weird
Love it.
Sickos podcast at Real Weird Sickos on YouTube. That's the show you're listening to
We're
now.
back.
Hi, everybody.
We're back. I swear to God, we're back this
We're back.
time.
Season 19.
Doesn't it feel like it? It feels like it.
Jenna, we've been doing this show for 1 million years.
We've been
Just
doing
this
this
one
since
episode.
1996.
This one episode has taken 1 million years.
Doing this show since 1996.
Since the great, established in 1996, based on ancient holy scripture, local, artisanal, homegrown podcast full of vitamins and minerals. And cure what ails you. Cure any disease with ease. That's what Real Weird Sickos does. You can find Dojens at Dojens on Twitter.
Yeah.
Posting goofy stuff. Like, she likes Kirby a lot. That's kind of her thing. She likes Kirby.
No, I make fun of Tipster.
Make fun of Tipster, the lardest ass of all the lard asses.
Yep. Did it before it was fashionable, by the way. Yeah.
You can find me. I post gay stuff. It's mostly gay. It's mostly gay.
I like how concise you are.
Superman and Batman kissing. Spider-Man being pregnant. It's a lot of that big guy. This big black guy. He's just got his dong hanging out.
A lot of fellatio.
A lot of fellatio, fellatio accessories. Sometimes I post stuff about Hank Hill and Peggy Hill getting into weird sexual things like shibari rope play.
Okay.
Boy, I tell you what, Peggy.
Okay.
Sure do like tying you up. If it wasn't for that narrow urethra.
We'll see you next week,
all
everybody.
Right, goodbye, everybody. We've gone way out.
Bye.
Goodbye. Disavow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That was great.